Now, sometimes as a YouTuber, I end up seeing a lot of funky accounts. And a lot of the times, it's because you guys follow guides without really understanding what you're doing. It's a very common thing, and it's one reason why I don't like tier lists and I find guides really dangerous, is because many people copy without understanding, and it results in them just making some really poor decisions and not understanding when people are trying to give them advice. Today we're going to be looking at a Star Swordsman Mockman account, which puts that absolutely into the magnifying glass and shows you just how crazy it can get when someone doesn't quite get the different principles of good team building, or even principles behind leveling up heroes and why you should focus on certain things. So here we have a level 278 VIP 3 Mockman account, and on face value, he's doing pretty fine. I'm not going to get too upset about what he's chosen or hasn't chosen to do until we start looking at the heroes. And immediately, this looks insane. We've got a lot of 10 stars, most of them I assume is food down here. A lot of 6 stars, I guess you maybe accidentally auto-upgraded to 6 star, which was pretty rough. We got all these Rogans here, I assume they're to help you. It's a funny looking account. But what you can see is we have a Destiny improved Mockman. So that means our buddy here, despite being VIP 3, has managed to get enough Core of Origin chests to Destiny improve a Mockman. Which is kind of shocking. He's also got enough sub-chests to fully sublime him, obviously, to make that happen, and he's really heavily invested in this. But the problem with being Destiny is he's literally just unlocked this. Nothing that special, honestly. He's just got an active skill that consumes 6 layers of transition power when he takes damage, and he'll just deal some damage and it'll inflict damage to the opponent. I mean, that's kind of good. He can gain 6 layers whenever he does his own active skill, so I understand why it's here. It does give you some damage, but oh my word, it's such a huge investment to get to this point. Now, the sublimation is fine. Normally, you will fully upgrade a Mockman, although most people choose to leave this final node unupgraded unless they're destinying him, so that's fine. But the real shocking stuff comes when you take a look at his other heroes. He's gone with Alamak, who is a Tenant, which is fine, but the Tenant hasn't even been able to be upgraded to Tree of Origin 5 because he's prioritized his Stellar Shards elsewhere, which is unfortunate. And then if you look at the rest of the stuff we have, we've got ourselves a Sword Flash. Now, on face value, some of you might go, well, yeah, that makes sense, because Sword Flash is a Tenant for Mockman. And you know what, guys? That's completely true. Sword Flash is a Tenant for Mockman. But let's look at that Sword Flash. She's giving us 678,000 attack. Compare that to the Alamak, who's giving us over 1 million. 678. Sword Flash sucks as a Tenant. But you know what's even funnier? Your other option is Arania. And you might want to build her as support, but the problem is with that mindset is you're still getting obsessed with the idea of putting in a Tenant. The Tenant choice would be great if this was like an A tier and you were trying to turbo out stuff and make your team as big as possible, but no, you know what is actually better than putting a Tenant in Tenant spot 2 here? Other than Onkiramaru? Because really, it should be Onkiramaru. The choice is actually a Scarlet Queen Hora. And then a lot of people, when I tell them this, they're like, but why, MK? She's not a Tenant. No, she's not a Tenant. But you know what she can do? She can improve the all damage dealt of heroes on your team by 24%, and she inflicts Abyssal Corruption, which improves the critical damage you deal by 24%. And if she gets another layer from this passive, that's going to be another 24%. That's tons of bonus damage she's giving you, which, when you remind yourself that Sword Flash is only giving us 600,000 attack. Look at Mockman's attack. He's at 5 million. 600,000 compared to 24% all damage dealt and 24% extra damage on critical hits. It's a no-brainer. Hora gives you so much more for the team. And so many people make the mistake of trying to build a Sword Flash, even though Hora is the better choice. If you got rid of this Sword Flash, you could go ahead and have Hora here, get way more Stellar Shards by removing the Sword Flash's improvements. You could improve the Alamak if you wanted to. It would be all good stuff. And here you have Lord of Fear Aspen. That makes sense. You give him a Receptor, you crowd control opponents. That is really, really cool. However, nowadays, for Mockman accounts, there is a better choice than having a Lord of Fear Aspen, and that is your girl, Therapist of Blood, Betty. If you can get Betty's core and an elusive mirror, that Betty is going to perform fantastically for you. And yeah, you're right, guys. You've noticed it. It's perfect. He already has Onkiramaru, so he does have that Tenant for Mockman ready to go. Now, if we take a look at his hero copies, does he actually have any Bettys? Could he build Betty? He does have a 10-star right here. So in theory, we could make Betty happen. Does he have any core chests? Not really. Oh! I speak too soon. We have half a core chest right here. Now, I guess that just leads us on to his artifacts. Does he have Elusive Mirror? No. But he does have Punisher, a Gilded Purple Fan, and Augustus Magic Ball. He's got a lot of artifacts. 2 melodic strings? Who are you? You madman, what a waste! But no Elusive Mirror. Any artifact chests in the bag? It doesn't seem so. So we want to get at least a glittery Elusive Mirror if we do plan on building Betty. But as soon as you've got Elusive Mirror down, as soon as you've got another core chest, I would take this Aspen out of here and I would swap his ass for a Betty to give you some much needed control. On top of that, you'll have the Hora to give you burst damage, you've got Ailamak for some survival, and then you've got Mockman to do all the killing. And that will be an absolutely devastating team. Now, if we take a look at soul symbols right now, we only have 15, so I don't want to start going and replacing stuff and perhaps messing up his account. Heck, we don't even know how many queen copies he's got. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does he have any abyss food? He does have some. So actually, when you can get yourself a 10-star abyss hero, when you can get that lined up, you do have some food sitting in the bag. My advice to you here, buddy, get yourself a Hora built up, get rid of that sword flash, level her up, and you're going to make a ton of progress. Let's see how far he's managed to get in campaign with this team. Oh, bro, he's still only on chapter 2-3. He hasn't even unlocked soul stones. Oh, that is really, really unfortunate, dude. This team could be way stronger. I think we can actually build him a queen. I think that's completely possible. Let's check his chests. You do have 44 5-stars here. All I need to do is get 2 queens from this. Oh, we got 3. That is even better. Nice. 3 queens is exactly what we needed to get 9 copies. We can definitely build ourselves an E5 queen. So, Sword Flash is giving us 678,000 attack, as we already established earlier. But on Kiramaru, oh my word, he's doing nothing for that Aspen. How much attack is he going to give the Mockman? Bro, you literally did all that for 500,000 attack. What a waste of a Transcendence hero. In fact, you could just get yourself a good copy of On Kiramaru. You could just get a decent B tier, and that makes such a huge difference. Surely you can do a bit better than E+. Seeing as we've freed up this Sword Flash, we can regress her and get everything back. That's only going to leave us with 5 soul symbols, but that's okay. That's all we want to use today. Oh my word, the Sword Flash was wearing Punisher? Ugh. Anyway, let's go build ourselves a 10-star queen. This should be relatively easy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and putting our 6 stars here, which is relatively easy. We've got a 9-star puppet there, and then we just need a bunch of food heroes, which we definitely have. So there we go. Beautiful. Now we're going to build her up to E5. And there we go. That's an E5 queen. So let's go ahead and transcend her. So with those crystals of transcendence we got back from Sword Flash, that's an easy queen built and made. Say hello to Scarlet Queen Hora. Right, there we go. That's a Void for Scarlet Queen Hora. Now, the minimum improvement we want on her is Tree of Origin 2, so we can sublime her active skill. Even though we might not necessarily have the sublimation to do this. Oh, we do. We absolutely do. Wow. Was that inside your Sword Flash? Bro, you're crazy. And the Ailamak's pretty good as well. He's got passive too. So, Spidey, it's not terrible. You're doing okay. The only thing you're going to need now is Ranger Armor for Hora. Oh, and you've got some Ranger Armor here on Eloise. Well, I'm going to steal that. So let's give her that armor. She's got Speed Precision. And we're going to give her Speed Enables as well to make her as fast as we can. Now, Mockman is still a lot faster than that. And I don't think there's anything we can do to slow him down too much yet. The only thing we can do for Hora is speed her up. But that would require Tree of Origin improving her. And we have 3 million Stellar Shards, which personally I'd rather use on the Ailamak. Ailamak wants to have attack here, so that he's giving better tenant stats, and it also makes his shield stronger. And let's upgrade him to level 100. That leaves us with 468,000 Stellar Shards. And we do have a 10-star to break the cap here, so that's great. Now with that done, he gets a little bit more attack if we upgrade him now. And also, let's go check his stone. HP block, that's not good, dude. You want attack. You want as much attack on this guy as you possibly can get. Considering you can get Soul Stone 6 soon, I don't want to start affecting your stones, though. But either way, we got crit attack on Mockman. And I think he's got too much crit damage right now. Yeah. Holy damage, skill damage is probably the better one. Or even speed crit, if you've got it. To be fair, at this particular point, attack, holy damage might be better. But either way, what does that do to our crit damage? 94%. See, now that's a little bit too low, isn't it? But I think we'll still be fine. Right, you've gone with armor break. That's not a good choice. For a Mockman, you want skill damage, and you've got crit here. Well, considering we've got an Ailerback, you might want to go with block. But there's also absolutely a good reason to go for precision here. Or even holy damage, as both of those are fantastic. Also, Balance Strike, don't sleep on this. It's really good for slaying waves. With all that done, we're on 2187 for our Mockman now. And of course, the Halora's not going to catch up to that. So I think we're just going to go in with what we've got and hope it's good enough. Halora's going to be wearing a Demon Bell. And for the Aspen, I think Rudy Scepter will do just fine. Okay, let's send it in. We've got a HomeXJUMP Oberon here, which hopefully Aspen can CC. We've got Halora here to give us burst. Mockman should burst too. And Ailerback is here on the back line to be nice and defensive. For cores, I guess we'll just use Mockmans. Let's see what happens. Pretty good damage coming out there initially, that's nice. Aspen gets some decent crowd control there. Halora getting sealed is not great. She still gets an active though, which is good. And then we get melted. Okay, that is understandable. So your Aspen is way too slow to be able to crowd control those guys by the looks of things. So in this particular circumstance, I'm going to want to go for a defensive build on Mockman. So I'm going to put your Gilded Purple found on Ailerback, and I want your crown now on Mockman, and we're going to go for the Tri-True Special, which is Balance Strike, Golden Crown. So let's see if this works any better. Fingers crossed Halora doesn't just die here. Unbending Will has been triggered. And these enemies are faster than us, which is shocking at 2-3-1 for that to be the case. It's crazy. Okay, we have managed to CC them. They've all managed to go. Your Aspen is just too slow to do anything. So this is one of these situations why Betty makes so much more sense here. Now, can Mockman pop off? Dude, even Mockman's too slow. That's unbelievable. So yeah, I'm just going to bump up the speed of Mockman. That's unacceptable. Okay, yeah, he's definitely faster now. That's good. The other problem we have still is they are going to keep attacking us. Oh, goodness gracious. Aspen really needs to get some Horrify off, please. We did put Fear onto some of them, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, these guys are just way too fast for you, man. Active skill there from Mockman was really nice. Now, one problem we are experiencing is we just can't level up the speed of our heroes enough. A lot of this is coming down to bad awakens, and also more importantly, the fact that so many Stellar Shards have been thrown into this Mockman to make him Destiny for no apparent reason. And that just results in, unfortunately, a situation where we don't have any more Stellar Shards left to level people up. So guys, please stop doing this. Please stop trying to Destiny heroes really early. Unless you're a whale with A tiers, it really doesn't make much sense. There we go. Horrify there from Aspen's nice. Halora's dying way too quick. Mockman's active. There we go. We got a decent kill there, but now he's been turned into a dove, which is very, very unfortunate. Right, I'm going to put Ailerback in the front line just because we just really need Halora to pop. In fact, no, you know what? This puppet's going to tank. Ailerback's going to be in slot 3. Everyone else is just on the back line. And hopefully that gives Halora some breathing room. Alright, at least she got a block off. That's nice. Come on. Please. Please, Halora. Please just get an active skill. Oh, no, she's dead. HomeXJUMP sniped her. I can't believe it. Right, Halora's barely blocking. I really want to go check out your Star Spawns and your Guild Tech. I think we've got a problem going on here. Oh, she blocked that time. That's nice. And now she's dead to HomeXJUMP. Wow, that was a low roll. No, your Guild Tech's looking okay, man. Wait. Why is Assassin maxed? What the hell? Bro! You were really pining after that Sword Flash, weren't you? Dude, get that gone. Please tell me you have a free reset on that. No, you don't. 2,000 gems. I don't want to start spending your gems. But that is definitely something you want to change when you feel like you've got some spare gems. Hopefully, if he fixes that, he might have a little bit more performance here. But come on, please. Come on, Mockman. With all this protection now, surely you can do this. Oh, Halora. She might get this. She genuinely might. Let's go! Hora did an active skill! Oh, this is huge! Let's go, Mockman! Oh, that was beautiful. But then we get doved immediately. If you just keep trying the same strategy over and over again, there's a chance where Mockman beats this, but also I don't have a million hours in the day to fight this over and over again. But you do, so put it on a macro and see if you can kill this. And eventually you might win. If that doesn't work, get that core for Betty and swap this Aspen out of here, guys. If you are building a Mockman, Aspen is not it once you get to 3+ Transcendence Heroes. You really just want to be swapping this guy for Betty. And if any of you guys want to build Mockman for yourselves in the future, the best thing you guys can do is not what this guy did. Do not Destiny that Mockman immediately unless it's an A tier, because all you're going to do is hurt yourselves in the long run. You could go ahead and build this a little more aggressively. We could go swap this for precision and send him with more tries. And honestly, that might still win it for you here. You need to hope you don't get crowd controlled. There's loads of things you need to go ahead and do. But honestly, Spidey, this is one heckin' weird account. And I'm so glad we managed to get rid of that sword flash for you, and go and fix your guild tech, because it's absolutely freaking disgusting that you went all in on Assassin. So get that fixed. Hopefully you can beat that campaign wave with those adjustments and changes. Get a Betty, and hopefully you'll be real good. Get Elusive Mirror as well if you plan on building Betty. Please don't make the mistake of not grabbing that either, because if you go and check out the last time we went ahead and looked at some accounts, there was a guy there with a Betty, didn't even have an Elusive Mirror, didn't have a core, and she freaking sucked. So many people still do this today. They just don't build Bettys right. It's absolutely unbelievable, because they just see, OMG, Betty's so strong on a video, and don't understand what to do to make her work. So make sure you're playing properly, don't fall into the pit holes that so many other players do, and you'll make better progress than they will, and you'll come out on top. I'll see you next time, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, have an amazing week, and happy idling.